Hello and welcome back to Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. And we start this video in Croydon, or as a bird above Croydon. Now, this area has been built up in terms of farms by me, but as you can clearly see, I've not done too much in the way of building roads. So, because the main line needs to now move to Croydon and continue down from Downham Market over to Croydon, I need to build some roads in this area and place a station. And that is exactly what I'm going to be doing in this video. So, over the next 30 minutes or so, I'm going to set up some of the roads, delete some roads, sort a few things out, put the station in and figure out exactly where we're going to go. I might even get the rails laid down depending on how long this takes, and then in the next video I'll be doing some of the detailing, making sure that everything is ready to go, extending the line, and then subsequently making the trains run up to Croydon. So make sure you stay tuned to see a brand new town join the railways. And let's see if I can keep the theme that I'm trying to keep the style I'm trying to keep, and make sure that this all looks right. And certainly that would be another town off the list, leaving us with, I don't know, 5 or 6 towns left, I think. We'll count it after the intro. Just taking account now, we have Shepton Mallet. Now we're just about to do Croydon, so we'll say Shepton Mallet 1, Maryport 2, Batley 3, Shepshed 4, Sudbury 5, Kingsbridge 6, Stratford 7, Chagford and Taunton 8, 9, Bridgnorth 10. Okay, there's 10, not 6, or 5 or 6. Now Shepton Mallet probably doesn't count, so we'll leave that for now. So 9. We have 9. Of which Croydon can be done fairly quickly, as well as Maryport. Batsley need to put a few farms in, and then we could do Shepshed as well, and certainly Bridgnorth is almost ready. I just need to do the farmland in this area and this area, and then Bridgnorth would also be ready. So we are getting there. Anyway, let's get working on this. So, bit of lag. Oh, what's caused that lag? Where did that lag come from? Not sure. Okay, so let's leave these roads as they are, but let's go ahead and do a connection over here. I do want to swap this over to left-hand traffic, but I think it's going to take a while to do that. If anybody knows an easy way to swap to left-hand traffic, please do let me know. I'd appreciate some advice upon that. Okay, so for this area, I think we could probably build up to this sawmill. I think that would be rather interesting. So I think we're looking for roughly here. I cannot remember exactly what I used to do, so I'm just going to attempt it. But let's go. In fact, I'll tell you what we should do. Oh, okay, well, let's do that. That wasn't what I was going to do. I was going to say let's peel this off in this direction and then do this. Like so. And I know we've got that road there, so what I would say is that perhaps we have another road just along here that would do this, and then perhaps just comes out straight in this direction, roughly, like that. This then joins up along here. I really should have taken a picture before and after of Croydon, really. In fact, let me see if I can quickly attempt that. I know there's some bits have already been done, but sort of close enough to a before and after. Okay, So that is done there. Now we could make this road just go straight across as a narrower road. We'll then do this. And what I want to do here is I want this road to sort of wind its way up to here, like that. And then we could very easily have this connected there. And then in this block, we would create some of the straighter roads. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then pick up, let's say from here, like that. In fact, we'll just do that, and then, oh, I don't know, that. I think that could work fairly well. That could do. Perhaps like that, and could I connect this out this way? Potentially connect that like so. So that is that bit now growing. We could also have a road coming off in this direction, which would then, I suppose, let's have it curve over here and then join up like that. Would a road be that curved as we're going around? No, I think not. So I will do this and see if I could. There we go, that's a little better. Yes, a road could potentially do that. And then from here, once again, we could do some straight roads out here. No, stay. Potentially make that a little longer, and then we could maybe do this, and could I just connect that like that? Would that be reasonable? I mean, I have seen roads that do this, have this sharp, very sharp turn as they've connected. So that is very possible. And then, of course, if we wanted to, we could continue in that direction, which does sort of make sense. So if I do that, and then let's do, I cannot remember what, I'm just going to check another city to figure out what the sizes were supposed to be. Litchfield, no. Ely, there you go. It was 30 meters. Okay, not 50. So this could be interesting in Croydon. Let's do that. Oh no, that one was kind of in the right spot. Oh, I know what I could do here. Could be rather silly, but there we go. Okay, so that is that bit done. Let's go ahead and, so off this road, that road goes in there. We do not want too much traffic piling in that way, so I'll go ahead and create another section just here. Roughly from there, like that. That area could remain clear. And then I guess I could continue this along here. Have some housing like this. And like this. What else could I do? Could theoretically connect this up. I wanted to do a curved one. I could theoretically connect this up like that and just have that entire area. That could work. Let's do that. Let's do that. And then I will also slight offsets here. And again, this is also quite realistic, where you do have a road and the houses come to the end of it, but nothing connects. So let's leave Croydon like that on that side. We will go ahead and lock said roads. Otherwise things could go wrong. So let's go ahead and lock all of those all the way down the end, just to ensure nothing decides to build in a funny manner. So there we go, that's part of Croydon done, and I think that looks fairly good. Let's try and get this middle bit done. Now in the middle, I think we could probably do fairly straight lines. It looks like this area is going to be rather industrial, so I would not mind. So you come along there, you come along here. Let's say that these buildings already existed, so we had to build around the back of them, like so. Which again is something that would be, you would expect to see something like this happen. And that connects up like this. This is really interesting, by the way, because two of the main roads in Croydon, in the real life Croydon, actually have a junction like this. And I did not realise. I'm not sure if I've done that subconsciously, but yes, there is actually a junction in Croydon that has the road split in this fashion. In fact, I'm just going to let's see. Let me see. I'm just going to go to a map now. Now I'm just curious if I can tell you exactly what the roads are that do this. I mean, there are a few other places that do this as well, but the two roads that I think in Croydon that have this, that I know of, I think it was is it Old Road, and this I think it's in Croydon, where it splits up, or is it South Croydon, where it's Brighton Road, and I think it's Brighton Road and Sanderstead Road literally splits in this exact fashion. There are a few other roads that do something similar, but not quite with the split. I think it's a smaller road and then a larger road, not two large roads. But again, it's down the A326 that this happens. So I thought that was interesting to see that there is something like this at the bottom, literally on the south side of Croydon as well. But it is, that being said, it is in that direction, so Croydon would be north of it. So there is some difference, and the railway line goes straight past it, which is another reason I'm pointing that out. Let's continue with this. So I would say perhaps we should do a couple of straight lines like this. 1, 2. That's not quite where I want it. That's not quite where I want it either. That should be okay. We'll leave this as it is. I think we could theoretically connect up like that and like that, but from here I'm more interested in doing this than what that is currently doing. Yep, that looks pretty reasonable to me. That looks fairly reasonable, fairly realistic. Now, looking at the slight curvature of the hill here, the hill and the direction of the hill, I'm thinking we have a main road come out of, oh boy, where would we do this? If we have a main road directly off here, could potentially work. And roughly we want it to go in that direction, but there is going to be some curvature to this because we're going to have it going off in that direction, sort of trying to keep this sort of circular path. And eventually, if this does grow, we could connect this up over here and turn that into a road and that into a road, and that would help in this direction. So once again, with the small roads, we would like to have a spur off this one, which is obviously going to build in this area. So let's make a spur over here, and we'll have it curve away like this. We're not going to connect it up yet, but I'm also interested in trying to do a replica of that. So, I wonder if this is going to be possible. 3 parallel roads with a 30-meter spacing. Okay, let's do a 31-meter spacing just as a test. Let's see if this works. Does it on either side? Okay. So if I then go ahead and say, let's do that, and then curve it up this way. I'm really surprised that this is working. Although I've messed that up quite severely. Curve it up this way like that. There we go. So now we have 3 roads there. I would also like to have, let's say, 3 roads here. It's a bit of a larger gap than I'd want. Is that a 30-meter spacing? Yeah, I guess it is. And that's a much smaller gap than I'd want. I think I know where I need it. About there. Still a bit too large. But you know what? That could be okay. That could be okay. Right. So we do that, and then I will switch off the road toolbox. So we'll have a connection there, a connection there, and a connection there. These ones end. We could then say that this connects here, this one to here, this one to, oops, come on, to there. You connect along here, you connect along here, you connect along here. Alright, and then what I'd like to do is I'd like to have a road that does this and connects 1, 2, 3. And does it go to the main road? No. So do that, that does that, and then perhaps the road continues along this way, and we have that. Okay. Now in the middle of this, I would like to create a... Let's do something along these lines. Could we do a sharp turn? Yeah, let's do something along these lines. Okay. And then on the opposite side, we could probably say this one might come out of here. Run it roughly parallel to this road here. Do that. And then, no, I suppose it needs a curve. Have that curve there. And actually, could we do that? It's very sharp. That's a very sharp corner, way sharper than I'd actually want. Just do this. Yeah, just do this. There we go. We could potentially do that to ensure that there is space for a... Yeah, there is space for buildings over here. And that would be that area of Croydon done. So we are flying along quite nicely. Croydon is actually turning out to be a lot larger than it's about the size of Ollerton and Berwick-upon-Tweed and those kind of towns, which is perfectly fine. Wonder how Ollerton is doing. It is building. This is very much building up. I also should have this on fast. Let's go ahead and lock these once again. This whole lot needs to be locked fairly quickly so it doesn't mess up. All the way down. But that should give the industry some space to sort of build. I'm hoping anyway. Go. That's looking. See now, as you can tell, the more I've been building up this series, the more I've been doing in this series, the more accurate I am getting, or the more accurate I'm getting with building British style roads. So if you have a look at, for example, let's say the first one, which I have changed obviously, but if you have a look at Bracknell, it's weird. Bracknell looks strange, as you can see. There is some British style roads there, but overall it's rather strange. Also, that railway is just an absolute mess, that is. Wow, that is a right mess. Anyway, we'll come back to that. Carnforth, similarly, there's a British style there, but it's not quite what you would expect. Macclesfield I've sort of done okay. You can see more of the styling there. Early, again, sort of similar to Macclesfield. West Bromwich, similar in style again. Asselborough, I don't think I've done. Oh no, Asselborough, again, similar sort of style. So these all have fairly similar styles. I did Barnstable, again, in that same sort of style. If we then move down to, that's Ely. If we move down to autosave, if we move down to West Mersey, you can see that I've changed the style a bit. I've got more roads like this. So I'd learnt a bit more about how to do that. If we then go over to Alford, again, the same sort of thing. I've made roads like that, but it isn't quite there. Move over to Berwick-upon-Tweed, and this is similar in style to West Mersey. It is British, but at the same time, it looks a bit wrong. Ollerton, on the other hand, looks quite good. And the reason for that is that what you do with British style of roads is you spread out in sort of a radial fashion with the windy roads and whatever, and then each little section you grid. So we've got, it's sort of, we call it a hub and spoke design for designing the cities. So you've got a central hub, you've got spokes coming out of it, you've got then radial lines that make the ring roads, as it were, or ringways. And then inside all of that, you have little grids, and you can sort of see me trying to do that. So there's the hub, there's one of the radials, and then these are the spokes, which is what I've been trying. But if we come have a look at Croydon, it is quite obvious that there's the hub, there's some of the spokes coming out, and then what I'm doing is that off the spokes we have more spokes, and then each area off that has a grid design, and that looks a lot more British than anything I've done previously. So just a little bit of, information on my thoughts there, and I'm about to do the exact same thing in this area. So I'm going to turn this into, where would I do it? Here. Let's start by turning this into a gridded design. Let's do parallel roads once again. So let's see how this works out for us. That's working out all right. And then we'll go round like that, and like that. What I should have done, hang on a minute, 40 degrees. Is that going to work? 40 degrees, 40 degrees. And 39.3, okay. Let's do 39.3 degrees. There we go. Actually tries to give us the exact angle we want. And then on this side, naturally just connects, connects, and connects. Actually, better idea with this one. Let's do this for this one. There we go. And then from here we'll have a one that goes out like that. So there you go. Again, there's another little grid, but all the grids are very much off angle. And that's what makes it British. Right, let's have a look at this area. In this area we would like to... I'll switch off the toolbox. What I'd like to do here is I'd like to have a straight road going out of the back of this that then builds up and perhaps just stops here. So you'll have the housing there, housing there. We'll have... Okay, how am I going to do this bit? Let's do this. We'll do some housing here. Some housing here. Leave that area open. Down here we're going to go... Oh, I don't know. Along this. Let's go along this. And then up. And build a heap of housing there. Leaving the main road sort of empty. That works. And let me just see if I just go ahead and put the assets in. No, that's not it. Where is it? House. House. Not that house. Hello, what's this? Oh, I could use this for something. I've installed... Right, I've installed a mod that could... That's nice. I'm just going to pop this in just to see what it looks like. I could use that somewhere. I could definitely use that somewhere. House. House. Not lighthouse. These houses. Here we go. Not a greenhouse either. Yep, so that... Roughly, I've got the idea here. And it is sort of working the way I would want it to. Yeah, I'm actually going to enable the population. I'm just going to put this in. Because I think this has worked the way I want it to. In fact, let's keep this fairly small. Reason being is it enables me to ensure that it stays level with what needs to be level. There we go. I suppose here we would... See, this is where it gets difficult because there isn't just a single house. I wish there were just a single house, then I could put just a single house in, but I cannot. There you go. So when you're on the road, you're driving along here or walking along here, and then you'll have these houses at the back, which makes perfect sense. That does make perfect sense. So that is all of that done. I just want to do this bit, and obviously I am going to end up very quickly deleting a lot of this. We'll put the parallel roads back in, and for this, actually, let's have the roads come out on this side. Sure, let's do this. Let's have... I don't know. Let's do the roads like so. There we go. Okay. We'll then switch off that. Connect that up there. Sure. Connect that up there. Connect that up there. So we've got all these roads off the main road. This road could continue all the way along. This road I'll continue up to here, and then it's going to peel in. And then this road I will curve and connect it up to there. I will also put this little crossing across 2 roads like that. Housing goes there. And then so I can curve this road in to connect like like so. Back then, in that case, I might be better off doing this. There we go. That looks like that works for me. And lastly, I guess I've just got to do this little bit. And for this little bit, I'm just going to literally just do this. See, not all of them have to be complicated roads. Sometimes you could just get away with just that. And then over here, around the back of these houses, like that. And like, I suppose like that, connecting up like that. That shouldn't exist. There we go. Okay, next up, lock the roads. Oops, come on, lock them up. I think this is looking fairly good. And we probably now want to lock all the way down up to that junction. Is that everything locked? That is everything locked, and that is the current Croydon completed. And what we can now do is literally end this by putting the farm, obviously the stations. In fact, let's put the station in first, then I'll work on the farm. Now, for the station, this is where things get a little bit awkward. Where do we put it? Now, we could have it on this side, we could have it on this side. It's going to be... What on earth is this? Refurbished stations? I thought it was... Oh no, that's the one. It's refurbished. Oh, is that going to crash? Great Western Railway through station. That looks amazing. That actually looks amazing. I want to have that. Yes, I want this station now. Can I pick a different colour? No, apparently not. Why can I not have this? Oh, that really, really is... I'm just going to put that down just to show you guys how nice that is. That looks so clean and realistic and... Okay, I may have to find places to use that station. Do not get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. These stations are lovely. But that station was something else. The colours of that just looked very, very nice, and I liked the how flat the station was. That was very good. That was very good. Right, anyway, what's this? Ah, yes. Start with this. This is the King's Cross ones. So let's go ahead and put an overpass in. Like so. Oh, actually, we'll put the overpasses in after. So I would like to have a 240 meter station. Where would it fit? See, now I have to think about what could happen going forward. So we have a 240 meter station, which could, I think, sit very nicely over here. To be honest, that could be very, very nicely suited to sit right there. And I'm actually thinking of taking that. In fact, yes, I am going to take that. What I need to do, though, is I need to kill that road. So that's immediately changed a number of things that are going to happen. And I'll push this right the way over here. The reason being is that if it's going to be a large... See, if it's going to be a large station, it needs a lot more room. So what I would do is kill that bit and create an inside bit. That's what I'm going to do here. Alright, so that bit disappears. So immediately things have changed. And we'll do medium for now. And I will have this perhaps here. And then what I'll do is I'll create a street that for now will go across there, which is perfectly fine. And then comes down like this and down like okay, let's fix this up a little. Down like that. Is that more like it? Sort of. I'm not happy with the middle bit. Doesn't quite seem parallel, but roughly that is what I would want. So we'll do that. We can then try and put a bus station in. It's a little large for a bus station, isn't it? But certainly if we could... Oh, we could fit one of these in. Oh, it's messing up the design of the road massively. Guess I could just do this. I suppose I could just do that. 1850. Let's do that. So we'll start with a basic bus station opposite. Yeah, that's I think works. Basic bus station opposite. So we'll do that. Terminal length 40 meters. No, 20 meters. We want terminal 2. We'll do 2 terminals like that. Turn that slightly to line up a little bit better. Do that. There you go. It is not perfect, but it is getting there. Okay. So that is that bit done. Now I've got to concern myself over this road. Because that's an awkward way of now getting in. Okay, so in fact we will continue this in the next video. I think I've been going for nearly 40 minutes. So what I shall do is take a picture of New Croydon for the thumbnail. So there we go. I'll take that as a screenshot. And what we will be doing in the next video is just finishing off this little bit down at the bottom. We have the bus station, we have the train line. So now all we've got to do is join this line up. So I'll figure out how and where to join it up to get it to Downham Market. There are some hills that we need to work out or work along or something like that. So we will go ahead and do that. We shall do some detailing along the line to make it look more like this, for example, or specifically more like this if I can pull it off. Wait a minute. Where's the... There they are. More like this. That's more like it. I was going to say, where have all those bushes gone? More like this. That is what I'm going to try and do. And if we can pull that off in the next video, or at least some of it, that would look rather nice. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think, any ideas, suggestions you may have. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also, you can find me on social media at ECGadget LP for both Twitter and Instagram. Last thing I'm going to do is that. That is all from me, and I'll see you next time in Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series.